Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. This video has been a long time coming. I've gone through a lot since the last video that I posted, minus the 2 blood clot videos, because I tried to do this and tell my story, but I wasn't ready to tell my story. So I'm really still not ready to tell my story, but I had to kind of come up with a better way to tell it. So I decided to rename my channel FU. So this video is going to be titled FU Legs, because what's today? The 19th. So in 4 days, it will be 1 year since I have walked. I have not walked in a year without some kind of assistance, crutches, a cane, a rollinator. So here I am to tell you my story so that maybe you don't have to go through what I have gone through for the past year, because over 40 appointments I have had. So let me start off. I'm going to title this one, like I just said, FU Legs for Letting Me Fall. So in order to tell my story, I have to go back to August 23rd of 2021. I was walking out my back door, which is literally back here. I am on a bed in my living room because I can't do stairs. So this is one of those blow up mattresses, and this is what I've been sleeping on for a year. It sucks. It sucks so bad. My armpits hurt from crutches. Okay, so on August 23rd, I'm going to try to put pictures of everything that I'm talking about right here somewhere if I can figure it out. I have not edited a video in years, so please bear with me right now. I have a lot of things to say. This is probably going to be a 2 or a 3-parter, so let me go on. So August 23rd, I have my little medical. This is what I have written. Every single thing that I have went through since I have fallen, I have written in this journal. So I was in my backyard. I was making t-shirts, and in my backyard there's like a divot from my gutters that, you know, when it rains, it drips into this spot, has made a divot right before sidewalk here. I'm going to try to put it right here. I tripped on that and I went face first down onto concrete, kind of like Rocky Balboa in Rocky 2 at the end when Apollo Creed knocks him out and Rocky kind of goes down. Like, it's exactly how I went down. I went down just like this. If you've never fallen, I'm going to kind of explain it. It happened in slow motion. Even though it happened just like this, in my head it was slow motion. Like, I was going over things in my head of what was going to happen. About halfway down, I had my arms full. I forgot to say that. I had my arms full of stuff. About halfway down, I realized I better get this crap out of my hands so that I can catch myself. Well, I didn't catch myself. I landed on my entire left side. I mean, just down. I was knocked unconscious. I went to the office, asked them if they could see the camera and how long. My doctor wanted to know how long I was unconscious for. She said it was a good 5 to 7 seconds before I even moved. And I remember, like, coming out of it going, what the hell just happened? I just fell. Am I broken? I kind of roll over onto my back, and I just see my knees bleeding, my elbows bleeding, my wrist is just swelling. I can't move. I felt like I had been hit by a Mack truck. So I'm alone. I am outside. My phone is inside. There's 2 steps, well, 3 steps, because there's 2 steps, so 3 steps to get up into my house. How am I gonna get up there? I'm panicking. Nobody has come over to ask me if I was okay. I did see people that were outside, but whether they see me or not, nobody came over to see if I was okay. So I get into the house and I call my friend Erin. I'm like, I almost just died. I just fell. I'm bleeding all over the place. I can't move. It took me 5 minutes almost to drag myself into where my phone was, just inside the door. I get myself on to the couch. She comes over. She bandages me and cleans me all up. And I sit on my couch and I don't move. I didn't feel like I needed to go to the emergency room. I just felt like I fell and I hurt myself. So I'm Gen X. So, I mean, if you don't know anybody that's Gen X, we don't do doctors. We don't do emergency rooms unless we're dying. So, I mean, like, I didn't go. So for a few days, I felt like I was dying. And I'm very lucky that I didn't. How many people in the past, literally, recently, have died from falling? I'm lucky that I didn't die. So lucky. So I may get emotional. I'm trying really hard not to. The nightmares, the trauma of falling. If you fall like I fell, a traumatizing fall like that, it doesn't go away. I see myself falling all the time. I can't look out my back window at that area without getting like this. I'm going to show you what it looks like today. And I have made many complaints about this area right here. I literally went a week and 2 days ago to say something that this needs to be fixed again. I still have not. Today is the 19th. And I made the request on the 10th of August, and here it is the 19th, and is still not fixed. Traumatizing. Okay, so I don't go to the emergency room. I can't walk. I'm literally crying every single day walking, but still didn't feel like I needed to go to the emergency room. I'll heal. So that was August 23rd. So September 7th, it was my kid's first day back to school. I decide I'm going to get them on the bus and I'm going to go to the emergency room. Now, it was COVID time. It was everything was, backed up. The whole place was jam-packed with, and I'm trying not to say that word because I know you can't say that word on YouTube, and so I am not. So we'll just get that out of the way. If you guys want to give me some hate comments, that's okay. I don't care. So the 7th, I drive past the emergency room. I'm like, I'm not going there. And I go to like an urgent care that is like affiliated with the hospital, but it's like 2 miles away. I go there. They tell me that I have really messed my knee up. I broke my elbow, or my wrist, and my elbow was just, there was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing broken. It was just a hamburger. So, they give me a wrist brace, a knee brace, and tell me to get on my couch, don't move. Oh, okay, so follow up with an orthopedic surgeon. I did call an orthopedic surgeon, and I made an appointment. Like they had a one, so October 12th. So it was a month away. I'm sure if I would have told them the seriousness of it, they would have got me in sooner, but I didn't. So October 12th, they take x-rays on my wrist and my knee, and they determined that my wrist has healed from it being immobilized because I never took it off. I never took it off. I took baths. I had help getting into the baths when I did, and I would leave this up. Most times I'd put a bathing suit on, and my friend Erin would wash my hair for me and do everything that I couldn't do because I was broken. So he tells me that I need an MRI on my knee. It's kind of messed up, and now I've already had 4 surgeries on this knee from the time that I was 25 until my last surgery. I think I was 33. So it's been a long time since I've had any kind of work done on my knee. So I know I say so a lot. I'm so sorry. I'm really nervous. It's been a long time. So, and I still can't walk. So I get the MRI done on November 3rd, and then my follow-up appointment for that and to get, have the results read was on November 18th. This is all in obviously last year. So my wrist is still sore. I can barely bend it, but he wants me to keep the brace off because he had told me, after it healed, try to keep it off and move it. I could not move it. I literally, I couldn't do this once that brace came off after 6 weeks. So it was so sore. And he tells me there's a lot of things wrong with my knee. I have an injured fat pad, a Baker cyst, bone spur, and an injured PCL. My knee is too weak for surgery, so he wants me to go through 8 weeks of physical therapy on my knee and 8 weeks of occupational therapy for my wrist. So I started occupational therapy on November 24th, and I started physical therapy on November 26th. So I would do 45 minutes on the side of occupational therapy for my wrist, and then I would just walk across the hall and go to my physical therapy for my knee. So the last week of December, I start not feeling good. I didn't know if I had cut anything. I had never went anywhere. I was a homebody. I still to this day do my grocery shopping online. I do everything online as much as I can. I try not to go into stores. I don't like people. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just not a people person. So, let's see, where am I? So the last week of December, I just start not feeling good. So at this point, up until the last week, probably, the 3rd week of December, I was walking good. I was able to take full strides. They had, talked me into getting a cane because I was still on crutches. They talked me into getting a cane and trying to take full strides with it. And I was doing so good. I was pushing myself. I have full motion of my wrist now. I did that after I was starting my 5th week of physical therapy. When, I started calling. I started 3 days. I called in 3 days. I couldn't. My leg started hurting. It started swelling. It was hot to the touch. I'm like, I did not know what was going on. But it didn't hurt. It didn't really I didn't have any feeling like hurtness. It just was pressure from its swelling. So I'm like, what the heck is this? So I call out therapy for, because it's like 2 days a week. So I called out 3 days, and we're coming to, the December or January. So it was New Year's, and New Year's Eve, and then New Year's. So on the 2nd, I wake up and I've got a Charlie horse in the back of my calf of my left leg. And I'm like, holy cow. So I'm rubbing it, and I'm like, what the heck? This is a new feeling. And I stayed off. I couldn't even put my foot down on the ground. Right? I mean, I could just barely limp to go to the bathroom. My bathroom is literally right to my left over here. And I mean, I had to limp. I was in tears going to the bathroom. And yes, no, I did not go anywhere. No, I did not call anybody. I was just like, well, maybe it's just the therapies. Everything's healing. It's going to hurt while it's healing. Of course, anything I can come up with for me not to go, and then I'm just going to go with it. So the 3rd, it was worse. It was worse. The Charlie horse, it didn't go away. It was, if you have ever had a Charlie horse, time this by 100, and then a Charlie horse goes away after a few minutes. You get that pain, you get your leg and your foot kind of all do funny things, and then it relaxes. This never relaxed. It still is not relaxed. To this day right now, I can feel the Charlie horse in my calf. I'm just used to it now. So the 3rd, at night, I'm a wreck. I hurt so bad. My leg hurts. It's, hot. I live in Michigan, so it gets really cold. And it was freezing, and just my leg was on fire. So I call my sister. I tell her, my sister is a registered nurse in school for nurse practitioner. I call her and I tell her what's going on. She's like, oh, right now, get in your car and go to the emergency room. I'm telling you right now, you have a blood clot. You need to go get yourself looked at right now. She's like, Tina, this could kill you. Go to the emergency room. Do you think I went? Nope. So the 4th was my kids' first day back to school after break. And I get them on the bus. I decide to go to the emergency room. I am back on crutches. I was doing so good, and I was so mad that I could not walk. And I go in and I tell them my symptoms, and I'm like, and my sister is a nurse, and she just said to get my butt in here that it's a blood clot. And there's no way I can have a blood clot. So they get me all checked in, and they take me for a venous ultrasound. They take me back to a room in the emergency room, and about 20 minutes later, a vascular surgeon, his name is Dr. Mohan, walked in, and he says, you have a massive blood clot. It goes from my ankle to the middle of my thigh. He's like, huge, massive. So he immediately puts me on Xarelto. I actually started it in the hospital. I'm still on it. They're over there. He puts me on Xarelto, gives me a prescription for compression socks, and pretty much tells me, let's see what happens. So I was a wreck at this point. I'm like, what the heck? A blood clot? How the hell did I get a blood clot? I had never even like researched blood clots until my sister said that word, you know, like blood clot. So I am prescribed Xarelto. It was a 15 milligram pill, and I have to take it 2 times a day for 21 days. After 21 days, he switched me to a 20 milligram pill one time a day for deep vein thrombosis. And then I also had a few superficial blood clots. So let me just explain real quick here a blood clot. So your veins and your arteries are like your major highway of your body. Your artery takes your blood to your body and your veins bring your blood back to the heart. So your femoral vein, which is the deep vein in your leg, is like your major highway. And then all your little capillaries, so I think that's what they're called, all the little exits, the little side roads that are all alongside your highway, those are all filled up with blood clots in my leg as well. I mean, it was just many massive clots all the way up to the middle of my thigh, right? Okay, so this was January 4th. So January 5th, he tells me no more physical therapy. He discharged me from physical therapy right then. He did not want me moving my leg. So if he was, you know, I'm not going there just for my wrist. I seriously did my wrist the rest of the way all on my own. I just literally bought everything that they used on me at physical therapy. I bought it off Amazon here, and I did everything myself. So January 12th. Well, now we're gonna get into all the, maybe I should start a new video, make this part 1. Yeah, I'm gonna end this right here, and I'm gonna start, because it's a lot. I've only gone through like 4 or 5 appointments here. I still have like 45 or 35 more appointments to go through. Seriously, I've went through so much to get to the diagnosis that I was diagnosed with. So yeah, because I'm not even halfway done. So if you like part 1, give me a thumbs up and catch me on part 2 next. All right, I will see you on my next video. Bye.